Hey everybody, welcome to the video. It's Andrew Ainsworth here. Good to be back. Been a while, I know. Where have I been? Usual excuses. Been busy, been teaching, been fitting, been on holiday. To be quite honest, not had a lot to talk to you about on YouTube product-wise, but I just thought I'd put a little update video up here, say hello, see how everybody is, tell you what's been going on in the Academy over the last couple of months, and just kind of bring you up to date, just to let you know I'm still here. So that's the purpose of the video. Let's get stuck in. So what have I been up to? Well, where are we? We are in July. I think last time I posted was probably back in April, something like that, where we had a little chat. But let me just bring you up to speed on what's been going on in the Academy. It's been busy year. Lots of club fitting been going on, lots of coaching, dreadful summer this year so far in the UK. It's just rained. We haven't really had any decent weather yet, and the early part of the last winter was like the worst winter on record. Golf courses were closed, waterlogged. We got into spring, improved a little bit, but summer's never really got going. It's typical UK weather. For those of you who live in the UK watching this video, you know what I'm talking about. But for those of you watching in America, Canada, Australia, wherever it is in the world, our climate in the UK is very peculiar. It's very unpredictable, to say the least. Anyway, we won't bore you with the weather. What's been going on here? Let's talk about products first of all. What's been hot, what's not. Let's talk about what's hot first of all. Ping has just been smashing it all year. The G430 product's in its second year now, still as strong as ever. The driver, I put it out there, I think G430 is the best driver Ping have ever made. And that's saying something, because they've made some great drivers over the years. But it constantly amazes me the forgiveness levels of the G430 when I'm doing fittings with customers. Not just on the good hits, but on the bad hits. That's kind of how I judge the forgiveness, obviously. What happens when you hit that driver, bang out the heel, low on the face, out the toe? It just seems to keep those ball speeds up, takes the spin off, and for what was an awful shot, finishes on the fairway. 10K has been for me, a disappointment. There's a lot of you out there probably using 10K who think it's fantastic, and I'm sure it is. But for me, there's been very little difference in performance between the G430, either the Max or the SFT, compared to the 10K. And I know they're saying that it's much more forgiving driver, but I don't see it. I've fitted that club so many times in a comparison, and I don't see it. And the other thing that, for me, I don't like in the 10K is the fixed weight at the back. For the golfer who's hitting the slicey one, you can't put the weight into the heel to give it that big anti-slice stroke draw bias. So 10K for me has been a no-go area. And for another £80, you know, I'm selling that at $549. I'm selling G430 at $469. It just doesn't really merit that extra £80. I don't see the value in it. So there we go. Everyone's different, but that's how I've been seeing it. G430 iron, again, just been cleaning up. And since the launch of the 530 iron, ka-ching, up there, that's been a game changer again. Great iron for the sort of golfer who likes the smaller, compact head, but wants the forgiveness of a cavity-backed iron. It's brilliant iron. Forged face, you get that great feel off it. Very strong, lofted. To give you an idea on the lofts, what are we looking at? Sort of, well, the utility wedge, I found out the other day, was 47 degrees. That's the U wedge. So, you know, and I'm guessing we're down at sort of 29, I think. I'll double check, put that up there somewhere on the 7-iron, which has become almost standard these days, hasn't it, on 7-irons? We shouldn't be surprised. So that's Ping. So they've been flying along. What's not been flying along? Cobra. Let's talk about Cobra. They released the Dark Speed range this year. Great product. Love it. Performs. Can't sell it. Simple as that. Nobody's buying it, really. I just been incredibly disappointed with the Cobra sell-through this year. Don't know why. You know, people come in, trying to buy a driver, they want to try Ping or Cobra or whatever. The G430 just seems to smash it every time. And poor old Cobra, really struggling with it. And come to a business decision this year. I've been doing Cobra for about 5 years now. Next year, I'm done. I'm not going with Cobra again next year. It just doesn't make sense for me to stock that brand, have a lot of stock on the shelf, which I just can't sell. So it's a great shame. I like them as a company. I like it as a product, but economically, if I can't sell it, what's the point of stocking it? So it's bye-bye to Cobra for 2025. Mizuno, I've had problems again this year with supply. Again, it's been very, very hit and miss with supply issues. Again, brilliant product in the irons, never really been able to retail the woods that well, but the irons have been very strong. But the lead times have been very slow, Mizuno, in the UK, really bad. I did a custom fit back in June, early June, for a set of JPX 923 hot metals, and I got a quote date of August. So I'm saying to my customer, you've got to wait for 2 months for these clubs. And now the stock of JPX 923 hot metals is disappearing. I'm guessing there's a new model going to be launched at some stage, but it's been really messy with Mizuno this year on supply. And I do hope they get their act together for 2025, because they've lost a lot of market share over here in the UK. And the company just seems a little bit all over the place at the moment, but it's a shame, because I do like the company and I do like the product. Teaching wise, let's just go into the teaching area and tell you what I've been seeing during my lessons. So teaching, what's been going on? Most of my working day is taken up teaching golfers like yourself, helping golfers of all standards. I'll teach people who have never picked a club up before, right through to people who are playing off scratch handicap or plus handicaps, even the odd pro. Golf swings continue to fascinate me. I've been teaching golf now for well over 30 years, 33 years, something like that. And I've given literally tens of thousands of golf lessons to all sorts of golfers. And really, when I look back at my coaching career, and I've done a lot more coaching since I've been working indoors the last 18 years than I really did outdoors. And I think prior to coming indoors, where I've been working with more video, launch monitors, I think I've finally got a much, much clearer understanding of how the golf swing works. And I wouldn't say I've got the secrets to golf, far from it, but I've certainly got sort of methods which I use on a day-to-day basis. And I like to keep my coaching very, very simple. I'm not a complicated coach. I believe truly in basics, foundations, grip, posture, ball position, understanding what swing path is, understanding how to control club face, that sort of thing. I don't get into the old smoke and mirrors sort of ideas, but the things that I see on a daily basis, there's probably the top 3 things that I would see day in, day out. Number one tends to be grip. You wouldn't believe how many golfers come through the door who just have a bad grip. It could be a strong grip, it could be a weak grip, it could be just all sorts of things. Grip pressure is a massive thing that I see. And ultimately, stating the obvious, the only contact we've got with that club is our hands, isn't it? The better that grip is, the more you can control that thing. So, folks, if you're ever struggling with your game and you want to look at how to improve it, the first thing I would always look at is grip. It's an easy thing to change. People say, oh, you'll never change my grip. Been doing it like this for 30 years. Well, why not? Why can't we change your grip? Why can't we move the hands into a better position? It's not difficult, but the effect it has on your consistency is mind-blowing. So grip, number one. Number two, which I see constantly happening, is poor weight shift. Okay, so during a golf swing, really what we're trying to do is we're trying to move weight onto the back foot to produce our coil, our wind, and then move the weight across. Again, to simplify that movement, I always just say to people, back to target, chest to target. Rotation is the key for me in any good golf swing, and a lot of people just don't make that rotation. They stay very static in their mid to lower half, and all the effort comes from the top half, leading to lots of faults, over the top, steep angle of attacks, things like that. So again, if you want a quick tip, you want a quick check, just check your rotation. Obviously, the amount of rotation you can create will be limited sometimes by physical things like bad backs, bad hips, tight muscles. You know, not everyone's completely flexible, but go and check your weight shift, check your weight balances. That helps a lot. The third and final thing, which I probably see more than anything else, is chicken wings. And what we mean by chicken wings is a slang name for when a right-handed golfer comes into impact, the left arm starts to bend, collapse, and pull the club into the body with pretty devastating effects. Now, there's all sorts of reasons why the dreaded chicken wing with that left arm happens. It could be poor weight shift, it could be all sorts of things. But again, quite an easy concept to kind of get rid of. If you had a basketball, I've shown you this before for people who've watched my videos in the past, but you may not have seen this. My favorite drill, okay? Get a basketball, a football, a rugby ball, it doesn't really matter. Get yourself roughly into posture. Make some sort of backswing where you feel your weight move across onto your right side, and then turn the body and release the ball, yeah? Look at what my arms naturally do as I release the ball. Okay, my arms there become fairly outstretched through impact as I release the ball. You wouldn't throw a ball or try and throw the ball in a straight line by doing that, would you? If you did that, you're just going to throw the ball left. So this is a great drill, even without a ball, just to stand there and go like back to target, chest to target, and get that sensation that the arms are releasing more out towards the target. When you watch these great players in slow motion, you always see these guys and girls through impact, don't you, into this sort of position. I know that'll change a little bit, but you won't see any top player coming through impact with this left arm bending. See it all the time. It's quite a difficult thing to fix sometimes in people because the muscle memories become so ingrained and there's other issues at play. So there we go. There's my top 3 mistakes that I see on a daily basis. Just good to talk about it, really. See if you people watching the videos have suffered from any of those. So there we go. I could babble on to you for hours, but I'm probably putting you to sleep as we speak. So I'm going to sign off for today. I can't guarantee I'll be putting that much content out in the future. I'll try my best. There's not a lot to talk about product-wise at the moment, but if any new products do spring up, obviously I'll try and post some videos, and I'll try and do a little bit more content on my coaching experiences, shall we say. Thanks for watching the video. I do appreciate you subscribing to the channel and keeping the faith for when I disappear for my long periods away from YouTube. But yeah, nice to be back and just to say hello. All the best. Bye for now.